This is Arizona Cat's Eye News.
Some people arrested during last night's protest against the war in Gaza. We'll have more coming up.
The Senate votes to repeal the 1864 abortion ban. We'll have the latest. A student survivor speaks up after an off-campus sexual assault. We'll cover safety issues on and off campus. Coming up.
Good afternoon and welcome to Cat's Eye News. I'm Ellie Dybert.
And I am Dawn Page. We start the newscast with breaking news. With 16 votes in favor, enough to pass a bill, the Arizona Senate just voted to repeal the 1864 near-total abortion ban. The bill heads now to the governor's desk. ABC 15 reports she's expected to sign into law, but there's no information available as of yet.
The 100-year-old law bans abortions in almost all cases with no exceptions for rape or incest. The vote explanations are underway in the Senate. Once they are completed, the vote will be final. Once Governor Hobbs signs it, it takes 90 days after the legislature session ends for the law to be repealed. Meanwhile, an effort is underway to remove two of the Supreme Court judges that voted for the 1864 abortion ban.
These are the two judges who voted. 2 voted against, 1 abstained, and 4 voted for the 1864 ban. 2 of those judges will be up for a vote this November.
However, there is also a Republican proposed amendment resolution that will allow for all members of the judiciary to serve a lifetime term. For more information on how government works, visit azelections.gov. All over the country, students are demonstrating their support for Palestine with growing encampments on campuses. Many protesters have been arrested for participating in these demonstrations nationwide.
AZPN reports at least 4 arrests have happened here on campus. Early this morning, we have CEN reporter Susan Barnett in the field after reporting for over 8 hours during the protest. Good morning, Susan.
Good morning. What began as a peaceful protest with tents set up right here on North Main Gate Square in support of Palestine and against the war in Gaza ended up with dozens of police officers from 4 different agencies: State, Pima County, Tucson PD, and UAPD. As the day progressed, police took the fencing surrounding protesters down, but protesters boarded themselves back up with signs and wooden sheets.
Those that do not disperse will be part of an unlawful assembly.
Tensions were high as officers announced repeatedly that they were violating the law and that they would be arrested. Counter-protesters made an appearance, some coming out after a night of drinking. Police and protesters had a standoff at around 2 in the morning when police took over the encampment. Protesters then took to the streets, blocking off Park Avenue between University and 2nd Street. Police then deployed pepper spray and rubber bullets. Protesters slowly began making their way towards Speedway, where they dispersed. At least 4 arrests were made. As I speak, a jail vigil is being held at the Pima County Jail to demand the release of those arrested. And this morning, there have been reports about a mountain being painted with the colors of the Palestinian flag. As of right now, there have been no reports of another protest, but we will continue to monitor this ongoing situation. For CEN, I'm Susan Barnett.
We just received an update. The 4 people have been released.
A student was killed this weekend at an off-campus house party.
Police have identified the student as 20-year-old Aaron Jones, a sophomore at the University of Arizona.
University of Arizona President Robert Robbins sent an email notifying students and colleagues on Sunday. Details are limited at this time, but Tucson Police Department did say 3 other people were injured, one of them a football player of the University of Arizona.
Students at the University of Arizona voicing their concerns after recent reports of assaults around campus. CEN reporter Daniela Cazares spoke to a student coping after experiencing an attempted abduction.
There's been more than 3 assault cases reported near the UA campus. With the suspect on the loose, students like Tanisha Hussein still feel unsafe.
Before I could even think of anything else, someone came and grabbed my mouth and my eyes, and I just couldn't see or scream.
Hussein was walking back to her apartment near 8th and Mountain Avenue around 7 p.m. when an unidentified man tried to lure her in his car.
The next thing I remember is I was on the floor while he was still grabbing onto me, and like trying to drag me towards his car, and I just like dropped all my body weight on the floor so he couldn't like catch up anymore, and like his hand slipped from my mouth, and I just screamed like the loudest I could, and that's when like he got scared and he like ran away to his car. But I screamed so loud like everyone from their house and apartment came out, and like everyone saw him drive away.
Hussain's case marked the second assault reported in a week last December, a total of 3 incidents, all within a 1-mile radius of campus.
I am facing PTSD because when I'm walking now, like I'm always like turning back every second, like making sure there's no one behind me or who's behind me and where they're going.
UAPD's last update describes a vehicle as a dark purple hatchback with a dented front bumper, tinted windows, and no front license plate. According to the National Sexual Violence Resource Center, 1 in 5 women are sexually assaulted while attending college. To lower that statistic, Victoria Sahanic at Rising Phoenix offers free women's self-defense classes.
I think it's really important that they learn how to defend themselves. And it doesn't have to be complicated. What differentiates what we do here, Krav Maga, is that unlike most martial arts, it doesn't take 10 years for it to be practically applicable. It doesn't take 7 years. It's something simple, practical, effective, street smart that you can put to use right away.
I was able to join the group where I learned the basics on protecting yourself.
Ready? Eyes, nose, chin, throat pop, and then I'm going to knee you in the groin. Okay?
Okay.
Go for it. Eyes, nose, chin, throat pop. Yep.
And then knee.
Yep, there you go.
Okay.
Right down the center line. Just go for weak points. And they come back and they say, I walk around, I feel way more confident. They do feel safer and more empowered to be able to take care of themselves.
Classes are Fridays 6 to 7:30 p.m. and Saturdays 3 to 4:30 p.m. For CEN, I'm Daniela Cáceres.
Police need your help finding the suspect who allegedly assaulted a student in a rideshare last month.
We are told the student got picked up near Main Gate Square by who she thought was her driver. The victim was able to get out of the vehicle and run to a safe location. If you or anyone have any information, call UAPD at 520-621-8273. UA's student-operated rideshare service, SafeRide, has seen a high demand for its services, since students have heard about the recent sexual assaults and attempted abductions around campus.
But due to the school's financial crisis, it looks like the program might have to downsize next semester. Cat's Eye reporter Desiree Tucker has more on how the program is handling the budget crisis.
What started out as an escort service with students walking their peers home at night has now expanded into a full-scale safety program.
From walking around to 2 people driving a night to now we have a fleet of 9 vehicles and about 7 to 8 drivers per night.
Rachel Odell is one of the directors for SafeRide. She says last semester, the program averaged about 100 rides a night. That number has almost tripled since students heard about recent incidents around campus. Operations Director Ben Frieden says this is the busiest he's seen the program.
During COVID, we were super slow, limited hours, not a lot of people on campus in the first place. So just seeing the growth over the years has been super impressive. And I'm glad people are using the resource.
SafeRide is one of the many programs that was hit by the UA's irresponsibility.
Where we're at right now, it's definitely not a long-term stable thing. Hopefully we can keep SafeRide around at least next year, but funding is looking really bad.
She says they will have to cut staff and operation hours in order to keep the program going, which she says is unfortunate because passengers love riding with SafeRide, and one regular's favorite thing is
the people who work at SafeRide, like for example Ben and the other drivers, because they are really, really friendly.
He feels like he's catching a ride with one of his friends. UA students and faculty can request a ride with the TripShot app. You'll be picked up or dropped off anywhere on campus, and also Elkhorn, the Cottages, and College Town. In Tucson, reporting for Cat's Eye News, I'm Desiree Tucker.
All these safety concerns have left students and their families uneasy about campus safety. CEN On Your Side takes a deep dive into the issue and other election engagement.
Welcome to CEN On Your Side, your source for stories shaping campus life and beyond. I'm Georgia Landeryou, and today we start by exploring student safety, an issue affecting college campuses nationwide. CEN reporter Annalise Willey sat down with U of A police officers to find out how students can navigate potential dangers on campus.
safety issues are constantly taking place near the UA. In recent months, multiple shootings have occurred only a few blocks away from campus. UA senior Emily Sherman was at an off-campus party last semester when she heard gunshots.
I went into panic. I was like, where are the cops? Like, what is happening? I feared for my life and ran to safety as fast as I could.
She says UAPD responded within minutes, but did not share a lot of information with the public after the incident.
Coming from my mom, who lives in Michigan, hearing about the situation, it was very hard for her to find information about what had gone on, like how the situation happened, like if they had found the person that had done this.
UAPD officer Marvin Smith says the best way for students to ensure their safety at night is to remain cognizant.
If you're having to make calls, if you're dealing with social media, on your phone, listening to things, instead of maybe having both headphones in, have one out. Save the social media scrolling till when you reach your destination.
Junior Lily Bernstein says the ongoing safety threats near campus constantly make her worry.
At this point, being a junior and spending so much time here, I just feel like it's normal now and I'm immune to feeling almost unsafe or kind of unsettled.
There are more than 300 of these emergency blue light phones located on the main campus. With just a push of a button, each one is a direct line to the UAPD Dispatch Center, open 24/7.
It's not that we want students to be concerned for their safety, but we want students to be aware of their surroundings.
UAPD encourages citizens that if you ever see any suspicious activity, to call 911 or report it to UAPD. For CEN, this is Annalise Willie reporting.
Another topic getting students' attention are the upcoming elections. And the key to targeting young voters may be right in the palm of your hand. Recently, I explored how social media platforms are reshaping the political landscape. Let's take a look.
2024, college students may find themselves stepping into the ballot box for the very first time. But with leading candidates in this election nearing 80 years old, some young voters feel disconnected.
It's really hard for me to feel passionate about the election because both of the runners, Trump and Biden, are so old. They never experienced what we did, and so I don't feel like I care much about the election.
But rising platforms like TikTok and Instagram are drawing more Gen Zers into the political sphere. According to a report by the McCain Institute, social media dominates as a source of news for young Arizonans. YouTube leads the charge, followed by TikTok and Instagram, then Snapchat and X.
I grew up on social media, so that's where I get most of my political news and news about the election. I follow RFK on TikTok as well as X, where I see tweets from him all the time and tweets from Joe Biden and Donald Trump.
A candidate's use of social media could be crucial in this election.
I'm going to bring the troops home.
Especially in a state like Arizona, where, according to a report by the Center for Civic Engagement, only 24% of eligible young voters participated in the last election. Pima County Recorder Gabrielle Caceres Kelly said getting young people to vote is always challenging. But she said they're changing with the times and trying to attract the younger demographic.
It's on Tuesday, March 19th, 2024. Even the use of memes sometimes, that has been something that we've been kind of dabbling in and trying to just be more present in places where young people are already gathering, which is online and social media.
Enter RFK Jr. He has nearly 1 million followers on TikTok, posting everything from shirtless workout videos
Let's go.
to traditional campaign ads.
I'm running as an independent candidate.
President Biden also launched his TikTok account on Super Bowl weekend. If they can get posts to translate into votes, it could be pivotal in swinging the election.
That's all we have for you today from CEN on your side. Stay tuned for more stories with Ellie and Dawn. Once again, I'm Georgia Landeryu.
Thank you, Georgia. CBP is urging migrants not to cross the border illegally and avoid risking their lives in extreme temperatures. The Tucson sector remains one of the busiest areas for irregular migrant crossings on the southwest border. But migrants fleeing turmoil and violence say dangerous journey is worth it.
Por la situación terrorista que está pasando en el Ecuador en estos momentos y para buscar una mejor forma de vida acá en Estados Unidos.
With the summer heat arriving, Border Patrol worries about migrants risking their lives. Migrant deaths usually increase during the summer months.
The city of Tucson is offering a mobile shower trailer to the houseless community. Cat's Eye News reporter Sierra Blazer tells us this is all thanks to a federally funded program and explains how it works.
Shower in the morning or right before bed isn't something most Tucsonans think twice about. But for some, it could be days or weeks before knowing when their next shower will be. A Tucson Housing and Community Development Program wants to help with that.
With our unsheltered population, it's to serve them basic hygiene needs. I know for myself, I said the other day, if I were to wake up in the morning and having to face the day without the basic necessities, it just makes it that much more difficult.
Shane Wilson, the shower trailer operator, says that the showers have developed a sizable following in the community. The mobile trailer currently rotates between 5 locations throughout the week, also visiting Stand Up for Kids on the first Wednesday of every month.
Mondays are generally a busy day, Thursdays are a busy day, Tuesdays are, but it depends on the location.
The trailer is powered by a generator that heats up the water through a hose. The hose provides water to 5 stalls within the trailer, where individuals are allowed 15 minutes to utilize all of the resources that this stall has to offer.
Shampoo, conditioner, body wash, towel. We do provide socks and underwear and other clothing items when we have them.
Wilson says the showers make an incredible impact in both the people who use them and the people who operate them. Ashley Deal, a volunteer for the trailer, says that she's enjoyed seeing what a difference a shower can make.
I was homeless once, so they didn't have this back then, and I'm glad I helped them out.
Those who would like to donate can do so at the Wildcat Inn at 1701 North Oracle Road. In Tucson, I'm Sierra Blazer.
Good morning, Tucson. Welcome to your weather forecast. I'm Isa Gomez. Let's dive right into what's in store for us this week. Wednesday will bring you clear skies throughout the day. Highs are expected to reach around 95 degrees, while lows will stay around 60 at night. Thursday and Friday are shaping up to be great days to kick off the weekend with outdoor activities. Highs will reach around 90 and lows will settle near 60 overnight. Looking ahead to the weekend in the upper 80s, making it a great time to enjoy some fun. While we may like the hot weather, there are some plants that don't. As temperatures start to rise, so does the risk of wildfires in Tucson. I visited Tucson's downtown fire station to find the latest of what's to come this fire season and how to stay safe. Here's my report.
Every year, wildfire season hits Tucson in unexpected ways. The recent rain and snow has led to an increase of grass across the state, which may lead to a busier fire season. The Department of Forestry and Fire Management provides resources and services for fire prevention and forest health.
As you've seen, we've got more rain this year than we usually do, and so that gives the potential of more fire because we're getting more grass.
Laith Evans, the division boss for the Department of Forestry and Fire Management, says grasses such as Lehman lovegrass and bufflegrass are 2 non-native plants found in Arizona. They are the most destructive to the Sonoran Desert due to them reaching scorching temperatures and easily spreading wildfires. The Tucson Fire Department will be on the front lines helping control these fires. Chuck Ryan, the Tucson Fire Chief, says these firefighters have been trained in wildland firefighting techniques and have specialized equipment. Although there are frontline workers putting out these fires, there are simple precautions that the public can take to help.
Being more cautious with smoking materials, outside fires, really paying attention to when there's a burn ban in place, not having outside campfires.
For more information on wildfire prevention, visit firewise.org. And that wraps up your weather forecast for the week. Remember to stay hydrated and wear sunscreen if you're planning any outdoor activities. Back to you in the studio.
Welcome to CEN Sports. I'm Jason Day.
And I'm Dora Holansky. Today we start off by bringing you updates on Arizona athletics, as track and field, baseball, and softball are all in season.
That's right, the Wildcats baseball team is making their way up the ranks, holding the longest streak since the 2012 National Championship winning team. The Wildcats baseball team is now ranked in the top 25 in the nation. In April, the Wildcats won 4 straight series and 2 of those series against Pac-12 teams, leaving the Cats as a top team in the Pac-12 standings.
Again, these are important games. GCU is a tough opponent. We play ASU on the weekday, and then we saw what New Mexico State did here, so we have to be ready.
That's Chip Hale, the head coach. He's hopeful his guys will bring the heat on the final stretch with 3 series left in the year, 2 at home and 1 on the road. The Cats are 15-4 this year at home and are looking to continue the home cooking when they return to Tucson to play Stanford on May 3rd. So let's pack the juice box and rally our Cats to victory. The University of Arizona softball team swept in-state rivals ASU in the pair's final series in the Pac-12. CEN reporter Nate Stenchever has more from the Wildcat team.
The University of Arizona started the series with a win on Friday night, beating ASU with a walk-off home run by Kaya Altmaier. Before Game 2, the Wildcats welcomed alumni reaching back 5 decades. Retired softball coach Mike Kendrea threw out the first pitch. Arizona second baseman Ali Skaggs explains what it means to be a part of the softball legacy in Tucson.
It's really cool to see the 50 generations. I had tears in my eyes when they brought out all the players from the 70s and on. Just so cool to continue the legacy and get to play for something bigger than ourselves.
With the momentum, the Wildcats easily defeated ASU, inflicting a mercy rule victory on the Sun Devils by the 5th inning and winning 13-3. The final game of the series was back and forth and saw the Wildcats falling behind going into the 7th inning. With 2 outs in the inning, senior first baseman Carly Skupin hit a ball, making it all the way back to the outfield wall, allowing 2 runs to score, winning the game for the Wildcats. Skupin and the 4 other seniors were honored after the game with a short thank you video as well as a framed jersey. Skupin explains how excited her family was for her after the win.
My mom was so excited. But all of them were so excited. They said it was the perfect ending, but they're just proud of me. So it was great.
The Wildcats now head to Stanford, who hosts the second and final Pac-12 softball tournament on May 8th. In Tucson, Nate Stenchever reporting.
Thank you, Nathan. Meanwhile, a Tucsonian, Travian White Austin, broke a 33-year-old school record at the Willie Williams Classic in front of a home crowd. I was able to hear his thoughts after the meet. Even though White Austin made history on March 23rd, it started off as a usual day for him.
I don't know, it just felt like a regular day, to be honest. But you could always not feel your best but still run fast.
His teammates, however, had been looking forward to this record for a long time.
We've been waiting for him to break through that barrier, the school record. I knew he was going to break it since freshman year. I mean, the kid's talented, he's special.
The record is not only significant for White Austin.
It's big for our whole program. It put the country on notice. I think everyone's going to know who Arizona Track is pretty soon. Our whole 100-meter crew is coming, so yeah, keep your eye out.
White Austin says the facilities and the coaches were a big factor of his performance.
We have good facilities, we have great coaches. Coach Green is the best coach.
The Arizona sprint crew is competitive, but
I'm super proud of him. I see the work he puts in every day, every week.
We all lift each other up and then we just compete with each other.
He holds 3 school records already and is still eager for more.
Hopefully I can get to the 200 record, but I'm just hoping to just stay consistent this whole year.
The home crowd could cheer White Austin to another school record on one upcoming home meet.
That's all we have for you today on CEN Sports.
Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the rest of the show with Ellie and Don.
Thank you, Laura and Jason. Today is the last day for students to submit their free application for FAFSA, but delays have left students, parents, and colleges scrambling to plan for the upcoming school year.
In Arizona, FAFSA submissions are down by 31%. In response, universities are extending their commitment dates while students continue waiting for their financial aid. For more information, visit fafsa.gov.
Weaving is a craft that has been around for at least 12,000 years, but a local weaver has found a new way to weave. CEN reporter Taylor Dykstra spoke to the crafter about her unique, upcycled creations.
It's better to, Lina Sheaf has been a weaver for over 10 years, but it wasn't until about 2 years ago that she decided to quit her web developer job to immerse full-time as a weaver and crafter, opening her shop, Warm Shape.
Everything just kind of like coalesced at this perfect point where I had already been weaving and I had already been drawing a lot just to kind of like feel creative while I did this tech work, because I'm a really creative person and the tech work didn't feel creative.
Lina says that she felt like her creative side was boosted right around the time her shop opened. And one day, while she was shopping, she came across a new type of material to weave.
I saw a VHS tape and I was like, I can weave that. So I grabbed it and I took it apart and I just wove it, and it was awesome.
Since weaving her first VHS tapestry, she has woven many custom pieces, including around 14 movies.
I watch the movie, and I take a bunch of notes, and I make a vision board of all the colors that I want to use, and I think about like what I'm going to do conceptually, like what I'm going to weave in there.
However, Linus goes beyond just the VHS tape. She likes to add little secrets that are woven into her tapestries.
Like you wouldn't just look at it and know that I had also tape recorded the entire soundtrack and woven that into, you know, but it's in there, and when you know that, it's kind of this fun secret.
Aside from making tapestries out of old VHS tapes, Linus also weaves with other types of materials that are uncommon. What some see as trash, Linus sees as treasure.
And I always weave with garbage, so upcycled materials. I don't see the point in buying a bunch of new stuff, and you know, it's just not fun for me.
Linus continues to weave and sell other types of art out of her shop, including her digital drawings, live portraiture, art merchandise, and ceramic collaborations. Moving forward, Linus is taking a step back from weaving and focusing on her live portraiture drawings. For CEN, I'm Taylor Dykstra, reporting.
Thank you, Taylor. The busiest day of the year has arrived for flower shops across the nation, from detailed arrangements to last-minute bouquets. Cat's Eye reporter Georgia Landeryu explores the vibrant bloom of love for this Mother's Day.
The iconic red rose is a classic symbol of appreciation for mothers everywhere. While their daily sacrifices often go unnoticed, Mother's Day serves as a reminder of their unwavering love and keeps the floral industry in bloom.
They'll always have family, I feel like. And this reminded me that even though I may not have a girlfriend right now, I'll always have my mom.
Mother's Day is only 11 days away. So whether it's a bouquet, a text, or a tight squeeze, make sure your mom feels cherished for the love that she gives every single day. In Tucson, for Cat's Eye News, I'm Georgia Landeryu.
Well, in Mexico, we celebrate Mother's Day on May 10th. Some Mexican-American mothers celebrate twice. Good excuse. Good for them. Do you have any plans for this weekend?
Yeah, you know, I think I'm gonna go home to Las Vegas. I'm just gonna hang out with my family, my wiener dogs, and just appreciate my family and all the love I have for my mom.
Well, enjoy.
Yes. Well, we'd like to send an early Happy Mother's Day to our CEN moms who are watching. Our news team gathered photos of our moms, and we just want to say thank you for everything you do for us. Happy Mother's Day.
That is all we have for you today. Thanks for watching CEN. Have a great summer.
This is Arizona Cat's Eye News.